So some of you may question why this thing even exists. Well, regardless, we are going to do an unboxing of this very one, the Zotac 1070 Ti and Extreme Edition. Okay, so we're presented with a Zotac envelope. What's inside? Quick start installation guide, should you need that? No, we don't. A driver disc with Firestorm. Lovely, so you can run your Firestorm benchmarks. And it also includes a nice little case badge. Lovely. Okay, let's get inside. So, what do we have here? I'm going to do the graphics card in a minute. We'll look at the extra bits first. Okay, so we have two 6-pin to 8-pin adapters, because this thing does require two 8-pin power connections. Now I'm hoping that means that we will actually be able to overclock this thing more than normal, so we'll soon find out. That seems to be all I can get to, so I guess we do the graphics card. This thing's very weighty. I don't think there's anything else in the box of interest. Nope. That's good, because we don't want that. So we're going to look at the GPU. So this thing boasts a lot more CUDA cores than the 1070. 2,432 to be precise. Wow, look at that. That looks a neat bit of kit. So, because this is the AMP Extreme Edition, it does come with 3 fans for extra cooling. Now this one, you may have noticed, if I can turn it that way, it does take up quite a lot of space. This is 2.5 slots. So, doing this in SLI, which you can also do, might be tricky in some cases. Seems to all be, doesn't seem to be plastic, it's all metal, which is nice. I like that. Nice strong construction. So the back side, let's turn it around that way. So you've got DPI, I believe you've got 3 display port, and this one is the only HDMI port on this graphics card. That's fine for me, I only have 1 monitor. Okay, so I'm going to give you a closer look. So there we go. From the monitor connection end. Does look really nice. So the 2 power connections, 8-pin power connections, no less, on that side. Now you will need quite a hefty power supply for this. You will need the recommended, which is a 500 watt power supply. Now this does come with Rgb lighting, so these bits, it's getting it right. These bits here, if I pull it back a bit, these, I think this lights up, These ones all in the corner light up. And I believe you can change the colour of those to match the Rgb lighting in your case if you have any. And this bit here lights up. I think I mentioned that before already. I'm going to put that way. And time for some close-ups. So this thing has 8 GB of RAM on it. It's a 256-bit bus, and the memory speed is also 8 GB, so that's pretty impressive. It's HDMI 2.0B and free DisplayPort 1.4s. It's DVI-D. So these fans are what they call a ice storm. So I will get a bit closer. If you can see, they have like a scoop on the fins. Now, I'm led to believe this is to improve airflow, obviously for overclocking purposes and cooling. I'm not sure how good they're going to be, but we will find out when we start using this thing. So the base clock of this is 1607. Now, some of you may have heard, and you've probably seen other videos on this, that you can't overclock them. Well, you can overclock them. They are completely the same as any other card. They're not locked. You can overclock them. It's just for some reason NVIDIA decided that manufacturers are not allowed to pre-overclock cards. So that's fine, because you can still do that yourself. So we're going to run some benchmarks. We're going to fit this and then run some benchmarks. And we're going to see if we can push it to, well, as far as we can go. We're going to see if we can match the 1080 at least. I think we can. I've seen other videos and they've got pretty near damn close. And that was on a lower end 1070 Ti. So I'm hoping that we can do some serious overclocking with this. Right, so I'm going to go and fit it in the machine, and that's all for now. So this is Firestorm. This is the program that comes with the Zotac 1070 Ti. This one is specifically designed for this card, according to the box. So as you can see, if you can zoom in on that a little bit, if you can get closer, I've put some overclocks in, and I will show you the results. I've already run it, so I'm just going to load up. Because I'm going to run another one in a minute. I'm going to push it a little bit higher and then we're going to run it again. So the one I ran last time is this one. This is me, okay? So 7142 is what I'm getting. Now, this is the guy, and he's the only one with this similar spec to what I've got. 7247. Just over 100 points, I believe. So I am determined to try and get over that 7200 mark. So let's push it a bit higher. We're going to run the benchmark again and see what happens. I'm doing it in increments of 10 megahertz because, well, I want to be safe with this thing. I don't want to kill it. And we're going to put the power to max, keep the temperature limit to 84. Let's just do that again. I'm not sure if that took. On this one, it doesn't seem to like me going over 200 megahertz clock on the memory for some reason. So let's run this and just see where we get. Hopefully we can beat that other guy. Sometimes it won't load this, it won't even get this guy. I get about halfway and then it will stop. Also, what I've had before when I've been overclocking, I've had it in there for about a week now. So the first part of the video, you'll notice I'm wearing different clothes. That's because it was done earlier in the week. So it looks like it might be loading. Hopefully it was. Okay, so I didn't like that. So that's frozen already. I think it's still going to run the benchmark part. It doesn't run the demo at the beginning. It will run the benchmarks. Hopefully. And at least that way we'll still get a result. So as you saw, it just crashed and froze a moment ago. So what I've done is I'm going to drop the memory clock now, because I think that's what's causing it to stop working. So I've dropped it down by 10. Again, I'm doing it in 10 megahertz increments, or down, not up. So we're going to run it again. Let's apply that first, that might help. This program here, Firestorm, is basically like a cut down version of the MSI Afterburner program. It's very similar. There's the monitoring thing on the side here, so you can monitor your core clock, your GPU utilization even, memory and GPU temperature, and the memory clock speed as well. So we're going to run this benchmark. Hopefully it'll run this time. So I've got the GPU clock at 270 megahertz. I've never been able to get it over 260 stable, so I'm not sure whether this is going to work. So the noise you can hear in the background is probably our boiler kicking in, so yeah, sorry about that. It looks like it's frozen on the demo again, so it's not looking hopeful for the benchmark part graphics test. Okay, I think it's got further than it did last time. It froze before it even got this far, so yeah, it might be alright. Whether that changes any scores, I don't know. We'll simply know. The time spy is used widely by many reviewers, and anyone really can use this program to test your graphics card to see where you stack up against everyone else. 3D Mark's been around for a long time. I don't know if it still is or was owned by madonion.com back in the day, a long time ago. So it's looking good, looking good. We're getting further than we did last time. So I'm just going to let this run and we'll come back when the results are in. So this is near the end of this test, and I think we should be able to beat that other guy, and I will show you in a second. We've been trying for the last hour and a bit to try and get even close to this guy, but then suddenly, weirdly, everything just fell into place. Hopefully the results of what we are looking for. They are not, so it means one of the overclocks that I did failed. So I spent the last few hours trying to beat this guy here, 7247. He's got the same CPU, 4790K, and an Asus GTX 1070 Ti. I don't know if it's a Strix version or not, probably is. And after a long time, I've finally done it. So I'm now within the top 3 of the spec system, not the whole world. And if you want to pull it in a bit, there we go. These guys, we have actually gone over. Not by much, but enough. So Will, what do you think of the 1070 Ti from Zotac so far?
It's really good, I like it, because it speeds his computer up.
And what else does it do?
I don't know.
Come on, man, it lights up.
Oh, sorry, I can see that.
RGB for the win.
Yeah! Wow, that's so cool.